Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. And once again, it is the Barnes and Tony Show. Anthony, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing better than you, Brian.
Hey, it's a new day. There's new life. We're going to get to it in a second. And of course, it's grave time for us Yankee fans, but we're getting through it. We're coming in hot into the world of Major League Baseball.
2-2, he got him swinging. The back-to-back strikeouts for Robbie Ray.
There's damage right there. Shohei, way, Cy-Yo, Nada, where did that land?
Stuck to Chapman, who leaps up and grabs it.
Story spins and fires. Out at first.
There it goes. See ya. Home run, Aaron Judge.
Stand by, people, having some...
We're all good. Here we are, Tony. And like I alluded to, yet another tough game for the Yankees yesterday. And let's just talk about how we got there. And it really is a shame because I feel like over the past few weeks, we've had so many of these games where you really put yourself in position to win. You did everything you could for the most part. And then the bullpen let you down. And that's what happened last night. And you look at Nestor Cortez, he started this game for the Yankees. He started with 6 no-hit innings. So, I mean, everything looked great. Yankees had 2 hits, but, no runs, of course. Or 5 no-hit innings, my mistake. But he gives up a home run to Haggerty in the 6th. So they're down 1-0 going into the top of the 7th. But they get a 2-run home run from Kyle Higashioka, as well as an Aaron Judge solo shot. So you're 3-1. Nestor, gives up a double with no outs. So then, they bring in Albert Abreu, and he completely implodes, allowing a single and a home run to give the Mariners a 4-3 lead. The Yankees don't get a hit the rest of the way and lose this one 4-3. And it really was a shame. I mentioned Nestor, and I feel like it's one of those artificial lines. I mean, you look at it, it's 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts, the 1 home run allowed. But really, I mean, he left the game. They're up 3-1. And then, the reliever gives up a hit and a home run. I mean, I don't think really those other 2 runs should count towards his mark, but I guess, it is what it is. But I think it was a great outing by Nestor, and they did kind of push him a little more. I mean, 93 pitches, 65 strikes. But I think the tough thing here is I want to say the last 5 out of the last 8 outings, Albert Abreu, who I pumped up and was excited about. Even you said, his stuff is good, but he's allowing these inherited runners to score. He has the highest mark in the majors by a long, with a big lead here. And the sad part is you had Ron Marinaccio, who had not allowed a run in 15 of his last 16 appearances, and they send him down just because Abreu and Lucas Licky are out of options. And it's like, you need him right now. And they did also send down Clark Schmidt, who's been money, but I understand, they're kind of grooming him into a starter. So that's fine. But it's just like, I don't know, man. I at this point, I mean, you really can't have Abreu in these clutch spots anymore. I mean, in that situation, I would, crazy as it sounds, runner on, middle of an inning, I would have trusted Chapman more. I mean, that's where we are with Albert Abreu, and it's just funny how quick things change. But I would have no problem. I can't believe I'm even saying this, but designate him for assignment just to get Marinaccio up there. And, I think it was, I want to say, like 18 or 19 scoreless innings. The offense had gone through before, you had that Kyle Higashioka home run. So, you had 3 hits, the game before, which was actually a franchise low for a 13 extra inning game. So that just shows you, the ineptitude of the offense the last 2 days. And this one, you only have 4 hits. And I mean, you need your pitching to be lights out to win a game when you score 3 runs, but it really was, other than Albert Abreu. And that's just the toughest thing here. And it's, luckily the Astros lost yesterday, so they're still tied, for their best record in the American League. Blue Jays got rained out, so I believe it's 10 or 9.5 now. But, I mentioned it yesterday. This is going to start a huge stretch, which I really think is going to define how the rest of this season goes. And, that starts tomorrow in Boston. But, I mean, it was nice, of course, to see Rizzo back in the lineup. I mentioned that yesterday. But he went 0 for 4. But of course, he's got to get his feet wet a little bit. Glaber looks awful and lost at the plate. 0 for 3 again yesterday. Aaron Hicks only 1 for 4. Andujar had a hit for his second game, and then IKF 0 for 3. And I mentioned to you before the show too how the Braves just called up their top shortstop prospect, who same age as Volpe, same year, played a lot less minor league games. They call him up. You got Oswaldo Peraza. 16 home runs, absolutely on fire in AAA, and there's like no consideration to this because, we have IKF, we don't want to do service time. So just like, I think that's another guy that could help this team. You think about Marinaccio, it's like, I really hope that we don't continue, with these boneheaded decisions, because games like this at the end of the year might end up costing us. At the very least, they're going to cost us for the best record in the American League. So all in all, I mean, other than, of course, Judge continuing his dream season, that was his 45th home run, I think 99th RBI. And then Nestor pitching well, other than that 7th inning, when they took him out of the game. No other positives here. I mean, it's just like everything's out in front of you. You're playing all division opponents the next 3 series. Time to just step up and get the job done. I mean, what are your thoughts about this one, Tony?
About this loss? Well, I mean, it's a pretty tough loss. I feel like your bullpen blew it, but I feel like against this Seattle team, this Yankee lineup should be scoring like 7 runs, dude. Judge had a big home run. That's great. But like, I'm looking at, Rizzo, he was 0 for 5, right? 0 for 4. Donaldson, I guess 0 for 4, which, as of late, I guess is a little surprising. But Mayu didn't give you any production. Neither did Torres. I mean, Hicks had a hit. Higgy obviously had that hit too, but I mean,
Andujar had a single. That's all you had.
I know, and like Higgy hit the home run, right? Yeah, he's homered in the 7th.
Yeah,
I mean that's good, but I mean, geez, dude, you like the rest of your lineup didn't do anything. Like that's not good. You have to be generating some more offense here, and it can't just be Judge hitting his 45th and 46th home run every night. It's not. I mean, runners in scoring position, you were 0 for 3. 3 times you had runners in scoring position.
Nothing. Nada.
Nothing. Zilch. Other than the home runs, and then I suppose, I mean, like Abreu can't be giving up home runs, especially when when you inherit men on base here. I mean,
and we've seen the bullpen implode, recently in the majority of their losses here. So, I mean, do you think like what I was saying is absolutely ridiculous that Marinaccio is in the minor leagues right now just because they don't want to lose Abreu?
That is kind of ridiculous. Like,
I mean, I guess I would just keep Licky over Abreu just because he's a lefty. Not that he's that great, but it's like these roster decisions, man. I mean, it's just like I don't understand what the thought process is. And I just checked, so it was 10.5. Now it's a 10-game lead. So you're okay there. And I mentioned 3 straight series against their division opponents, and then that series against the Mets. So I think like I said, this is going to define the rest of this season. Do you feel, going to their number 1 rival, and I know the Red Sox are playing like absolute trash. They've lost 4 in a row, and they're 4 games under 500 here. Do you think it's a good thing that they're going to Fenway Park just because, like, if that's not going to get you pumped up, what is? I mean, do you feel that's a good place to start this?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would imagine, being in Yankee Stadium, it's better to get the wins on the road. I feel like that hypes you up more, wins on the road, especially at a stadium, at a park like Fenway. And there's really no reason why the Yankees shouldn't just absolutely clobber the Red Sox. I mean, they have literally nothing going for them. And to do that at Fenway, I mean, I would be jacked up if I were them.
But would you be jacked up if you were a position player and Domingo Germán was on the mound?
Is he on the mound tomorrow?
Yeah, versus Evaldi.
I still like my chances though.
Yeah, Herman, I think he's actually, I mean, his last couple of starts have actually not been bad after that first clunker. Yeah, so if you look at actually his last 3 starts, I mean, not giving him distance, but 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 run against St. Louis and a 1-0 loss. They won 7-2 against the Mariners. He went 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs. And then against the Mets, 4 2/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, 7 strikeouts. So I mean, he's keeping him in. I don't know. Is it just me or him in Fenway? Maybe not the best matchup.
I mean, I guess not, but dude, Evaldi, come on.
Yeah, I think of all these trash. Plus, I think, we talk about like a team kind of just not playing inspired baseball. I mean, that defines the Boston Red Sox right now. So I'm just kind of curious because I'm gonna mark down these predictions here. So mention this stretch. So I believe I actually just need to double check this, but I believe it's going to be 11 games. The 3 division opponents and then 2 games against the Mets. I just want to make sure we don't have any 4-game series mixed in here.
Right.
4 against Toronto. So it's actually 12 games. So 3 against Tampa, 4 against Toronto, 2 against the Mets, and obviously 3 against Boston. 9 of these games at home. So these 12 games, your honest prediction here: Boston, Tampa Bay, Toronto, Mets, 12 games. What's the record? Honestly,
I think
not giving me a hard time.
I'm not giving you a hard time. They should sweep Boston, right? So it's
That's
3.
3-0.
And then Tampa Bay's next.
Yeah,
3 games.
Yep.
2-1.
Okay, so that would be 5-1.
5-1, and they split with Toronto.
So that would be 7-3,
and then you get swept by the Mets.
So you're saying they're going to go 7-5?
Yeah.
Just mark this down here. I'm going to actually put this at the top. So Yankees next 12 games. Tony 7-5. And I am going to say, I'm just feeling it, man. I got the Clay Holmes jersey on. He's going to have a few saves during this stretch. 9-3. And let's talk about how we get there. So 3-0 against Boston, 2 out of 3 against Tampa. So that's 5-1. 3 out of 4 against Toronto. So that would be 8-2. And then
1 and wait.
Oh wait,
what?
that doesn't make sense. Wait, let's write. This is 12 games, right? 3, 7, 11. I hate this is one of those times I'm just like, all right, so 6, 10, 12. Okay, it is 12. So 3-0 against Boston, 5-1 with 2 out of 3 against Tampa, and then 4 games against Toronto. So wouldn't that be 8-2? But I don't know why I'm like struggling.
That's 10 games.
Oh yeah, 8-2, and then
games,
splitting against the Mets would be 9-3.
Yeah.
All right. I'll allow it, even though I think, we'll probably sweep the Mets.
Well, obviously you don't, because you just said split against the Mets at 9-3.
Let me actually rethink this.
So what do you want, 10-2?
Yeah, we'll sweep. No. Oh, so okay. Split against Toronto, sweep the Mets, 9-3. All right. You allow it?
Sure. I mean, what am I gonna do? Not allowed?
What are we putting on it?
Well, what is the bet though? That the record has to be correct, or just the games, or just the Mets?
I would say
whoever has the closest to the record.
Closest to the record. And is it you want to be under or over?
Oh,
but then if it's in the middle,
like
how do we? Or is it only if you get it exactly? How about that?
Only if it's
exactly.
Yeah.
What is the prize though?
$100,000.
See, that's just ridiculous.
Dude, getting it exactly. It's a hard pick.
It is.
What do you want to do? You want to do what are we doing for this bet currently?
Wings.
First week of Super Bowl
for the NFL season.
NFL, whatever, dude. Super Bowl. I don't know. Do you want to do a night of bowling?
Yeah, night of bowling.
But
no contest if no one gets it exactly right.
Right. Night of bowling that includes you want chicken fingers and fries and beer.
Yeah.
Okay,
done.
Cool. Because I obviously would like that.
Consider it handled. Though.
Yeah. Okay. Just make sure you get the math right. Okay.
Oh man. But I know other than the Mets, because I'm sure you're gonna say that's like the toughest task here. But between Boston, Tampa, and Toronto, I mean, what do you think is gonna be the biggest challenge here?
I guess Toronto.
Yeah.
Because of their offense, but I feel like most of their pitchers, I mean, Barrios is like, Obviously, we know Kikuchi is absolutely like
trash.
terrible.
The whole organization.
Yeah.
Manoah's been struggling
a little bit. So I mean, but I guess Tampa Bay, I feel like doesn't have much offense really going for them, and even their pitching. Yeah, dude. So I guess Toronto, which I guess this division kind of sucks, huh, Brian?
I mean, I think Toronto's good. It's just the pitching struggles, but then also the offense is off a little bit.
Yeah,
definitely off a little bit. But yeah, so I think this is going to define it. And like I told you before the show, I am wearing this jersey for every episode until the Yankees win a series, which should be this weekend. So it might only be 2 shows.
Oh my god!
But I love wearing my jersey, so I'm sure I'll wear it a lot anyway. But I'm just making the call.
So
I'm feeling some positive energy.
That's a knockoff jersey.
It was Fanatics. I mean, but they have like the thing on the back that you tuck in. So I don't know. I mean, pretty close. If it's not, I guess since it wasn't $500,
right? And the names on the back too.
Name on the back, but I feel like everybody kind of does that. I mean, sure, there's some, but the majority, you go to the stadium, most people have a name on the back.
I think the real fans don't get the name on the back.
Oh my god. Here you go. Whatever, Tony. Whatever. It all looks the same from the front. How about that? All right.
Oh god.
But yeah, man. I mean, it's it's real tough, and me. I always try to stay in a positive space. Specifically when it comes to the Yankees, but they are making it tough on me right now. I mean, there's no denying it.
I know, dude.
And everybody, all my fellow Yankee fans, I mean, it's all negativity. I mean, and could you expect anything less? There's too many games where it's just like, man, like we should have this. Like, what are we doing? And then it's just like, especially the last 2 series, it's instantaneously, Tony, where they take the lead late in the game, and it's always the next inning. It might not even getting outs, and the other team takes the lead. I mean, what the heck is that?
I don't know, dude.
And
it's crazy time.
I mean, I guess games a lot of times are won towards the end of the game, close ones anyway. But it just feels like the last couple of years, you could blame a lot of things, but I mean, when they need it most, despite being good for the majority of the regular season, it seems like the bullpen always finds a way. You know what I mean? Like how many times down the stretch into the playoffs can we say the starter went 5 innings, the bullpen had 4 scoreless, only allowed 1 hit. It's like it's always who do you believe in? Give me your top 2 relievers on the Yankees that you trust the most rest of the way.
Oof.
And let's assume Marinaccio is back.
He's back. Okay, so he'll be one of them.
Okay.
And then I guess you could say Chapman.
Wow, over Holmes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
At this point.
Yeah.
For the postseason? I don't know.
It is crazy how it's like no matter if Chapman goes the rest of the year without letting up a run, you still don't want him in the postseason. And no one remembers this, but like even when he won the title with the Cubs, he blew the save in I guess regulation before extra innings, and they ended up winning. So it's just like he has a history, even though you look at the numbers in the ERA, I probably is in the 2s in the postseason, but it's always at the wrong time. But for me, I guess I would say Marinaccio and Clay Holmes. I think Clay will turn around. I mean, you don't have a stretch like that to begin the year, and then you can't find your way out of a paper bag. I don't think so, right? I mean, what's his ERA the rest of the way, including postseason?
What's that now?
No, nothing to do with now. I'm just saying in like the games that he pitches in. The rest
just
of the
like
season.
not total. Okay, including postseason. I don't know, maybe like a 2-3.
I mean, I think I'll take that.
Yeah, I'll take that too.
And does it beat Chapman's ERA the rest of the way?
Yeah.
So 2 positive signs. We're looking for positive signs here today. Does Waldo Peraza get the call before the end of the year? Shortstop, not number one prospect. I think he's number 2, but
actually, yeah.
And do they wait till September call-ups though?
Yeah.
You know what annoys me? Because I think is it 28 now? Is that the number? You know how it used to be? You could bring up the whole 40 man, so you could bring up 2 minor leaguers.
2. Yeah.
I mean, how did we not like split it down the middle?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. They hate the minor leagues, huh?
Oh my God. Who, if you had to say, who's worse at their job, Rob Manfred or Hal Steinbrenner?
I mean, I guess Manfred, he's fucking up more things, I suppose, right?
But
In
I
the
just
whole
feel like
league.
Hal has it right in front of him, and he just like,
Yeah.
like I really don't understand his mindset, because it's like, all right, man, like if you want to make the most money you can, why don't you just sell the team?
Right.
Like you get your huge cut. Like I don't understand. Like you're set on kind of nickel and diming the team, and like you'd get more money by winning, but you don't want to invest. So like, what is your angle?
Right. Like, what's his goal here? I think he just wants to, like, he just likes that he is the owner, and that's it.
But do you think it's also like a stubbornness where he's like, doesn't matter. The Rays have beat us, been to World Series. We've invested a lot of money. They'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
They should figure it out. And that's just, and he doesn't want to adjust.
Yeah, I guess.
Pretty pathetic, though, right?
It is a little ridiculous as an owner of a team, and you don't want to like really seem to be like he's not all in on the team.
So let's say George was alive,
Mhm.
good health, but he's letting Hal go day to day. Do you think George would have fired him?
I think Hal would be acting much differently.
Yeah,
for sure.
And it's like, how does he have no soul that he doesn't
Mhm.
even think about that?
Yeah,
Just,
doesn't care about the fans. Doesn't care about the players.
I mean, he almost reminds me of the Wilpons. Almost. Like the Mets shouldn't be outspending us. What is it, by $40 million this year or something?
Mhm.
I mean, come on. How many times has that happened?
Never.
before?
And we had two more wins than you now.
And I'm pretty sure I saw something over the past if you go from their payroll 17 years ago, Tony, it's only $50 million higher, the Yankees, than it was 17 years ago.
Really?
That is like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you got to spend more.
And then you're spending it on Donaldson. Like, why IKF and Donaldson?
Why Donaldson is right, dude. I could not believe they got Donaldson when they did.
You think it was just like, well, I think part of it, do you think they were expecting like 35 home runs from Donaldson?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. He was good in the Braves. He had solid production going on there.
Yeah, but last year with the Twins,
But the Twins
he
not
didn't
so
look
good.
right?
Yeah, but maybe they thought, oh, like contending team.
And do you think too it was like, we just can't wait to get rid of Gary Sanchez?
Yeah, it's a shame.
But could have just cut him. I don't know.
Could just cut
non-tender.
Yeah. What's he doing now? He's on Twins.
Yeah.
Is he still? Is he? Yeah, it's worse.
Even worse. Yeah. It's crazy too what's happened to him. Some of these things, I don't know. I guess
he's got to retire. How old is he?
I think he's 29.
Really? He'll say he's 35.
Well, I mean, you're eating, that ages you.
Oh gosh, dude.
Maybe
29.
Maybe he messes around with the hashish a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, I bet he does.
Yeah, he has that look. That's why he always would do like the slow reflexes behind the plate.
Yeah.
Doesn't that all make sense now?
It does.
But yeah. So like I said, I mean, it's tough. I'm trying my best to get through this. And me and Matt were texting yesterday, and it's just like, I know it sounds ridiculous, but I said to him, it's really not fair to us as fans. Do you agree? Honestly, what they've put us through the last couple of years.
Yeah. No, I would agree with that. Not fair to the fans. Yeah.
And do you think any of it, Tony, is a lack of heart and passion? Honestly.
Oh my God. Absolutely.
Is there anybody in particular that you feel
like any one player
or a few guys that kind of you think of?
I mean, we talked about Howe over there. I mean, obviously,
right. But I'm saying on the field.
Field,
obviously Howe, we know that.
On the field, I guess I don't. Well, I mean, when Glaber hits well, he does get pumped up. You see him into it.
But do you think his problem is when he goes through a slump, he's so in his head, he gets down so easily? But you don't think it's a lack of effort? It's just a lack of mental toughness?
Yeah, I think it is. Even with DJ sometimes, too,
I
feel.
Yep.
So down.
What about Hicks? Do you think he doesn't try as much as he should?
Yeah, that's the effort.
Yeah.
Definitely a lack of effort. Donaldson,
or just stupidity.
Bad attitude, idiot. Yeah, whatever you want to say about him, really.
What about Chapman? Arrogance? Stubbornness?
Yeah, arrogance, ego.
What about Cole? I mean, I know he pitched well the other day.
Overrated.
But is that stubbornness? Is it drive?
I think it's maybe lack of the mental toughness of New York's market.
Toughness.
Yeah.
So you think out of anything, drive, passion, mental toughness is the biggest problem with these teams.
Yeah. Definitely.
And obviously, there's no trades. You can only work with like the minor league system. If you were running the Yankees, setting lineups, calling guys up and down. Is there one thing in particular that you would do that you feel like would have the most positive effect to kind of turn around this stretch right now?
Well, honestly, I would wait until after these next 12 games. I know it sounds kind of crazy. At least maybe, depending on how it goes, when we get to Toronto, I would start bringing guys up.
Yeah, and Peraza,
Volpe.
Bring both of them up.
Yeah, why not?
Would you bring up Dominguez and Wells too?
Yeah.
And obviously
Absolutely.
Marinaccio.
Yeah.
Would you have cut Hicks by now?
Yeah.
Donaldson.
Cut him? I mean, I guess so, yeah.
Right? Like, what
else are you going to do?
Yeah.
Especially by now, you can't. It's like you can trade them.
And all those guys, if they had been on the team since the All-Star break, do you think they would have 4 or 5 more wins?
Those young guys, I think they have 4 or 5 more wins, and then probably 2 guys that are like, wow, like these guys are going to be the future of the team.
Yeah. And you would think that would be at least Dominguez and then one of either Volpe or Peraza. Yeah. But imagine if it's both. So definitely some uncertainty right now. Right. They're so lucky that they had such a hot start.
I know.
And I heard something like it just annoys me. I heard the Dodgers with their win last night. Joey Gallo actually with a pinch hit home run, believe it or not, late in the game. They've won like 32 out of 37. It's like, can we do that?
Yeah. That's crazy, dude. They've been doing really well since Gallo's been over there.
That was the first thing he did, but hey.
Still. Prefer checking in, by the way. Hey, fellas, what's up, Prefer?
What's going on,
You're
Prefer?
on the show,
the
dude.
GOAT of fans. Prefer Day Hobbit? Is that was that how you would pronounce it, Tony? The Hobbit?
The Hobbit.
Best guess, right?
Yeah, it's my best guess.
But we always appreciate hearing from you, Prefer. I know you want to talk Mets, so kind of are due for it. We'll go back to
we
the
just
Yankees.
talked 27 minutes of the Yankees, dude. now we're going to talk 3 minutes on the Mets.
All right, Tony. Talk 3 minutes on the Mets with the 10-2 victory yesterday.
Well, yeah, I guess there's not like a whole lot to be talking about because everything's going well for the Yankees right now. Here, I'll get so basically what we had here was a total shellacking of the Cincinnati Reds. Mets won 10-2. Brian thought they were going to implode against the Reds. They did not. They doubled down hard. And Brian, how do you feel about it?
I think Walker wasn't that great, honestly, against a weak-hitting team like the Reds. I understand he picked up his win, but what was it? He had 3 walks in 6 innings. I mean, that's a lot of walks, no?
Yeah, I suppose. But, at the end of the day, it was 6 innings, 200 runs.
Yeah, against the Reds, if he was facing the Phillies, I think he would have given up 7 runs.
Honestly, you don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that.
That would be my one negative takeaway, honestly. I mean, obviously, 10 runs. I mean, the offense, played well. And Naquin again, all of a sudden he's Babe Ruth. I mean, that's ridiculous.
You sound kind of pissed off about it.
I mean, a little bit, dude. A little bit, honestly, because what's Benintendi hitting with the Yankees? 100. Tyler Naquin's up for MVP all of a sudden. He was barely on a roster. I mean, what the hell is that? It's such bullshit, though. I honestly, I side with Strider. I really do. I'm sorry. I can't help it.
That's despicable.
But
Prefer nothing to say when the sky is clear and flying high.
Oh my God,
that is amazing.
Prefer trying to wax poetic about Tyler
poetic, dude.
I mean, come on, Tony. I'm just saying, 10 games this isn't sustainable. 3 homers, 7 RBIs, slugging 867. I mean, Tyler Naquin for his career slugs 460. I mean, he's almost
you
doubling
never
that.
know, dude.
Absolutely not.
Matt Carpenter. We can't have a Matt Carpenter.
I think Matt Carpenter's better.
I don't know. For one thing, Tyler Naquin, doesn't have a broken foot.
For now.
Oh my gosh, dude. Sorry, I just writing something down.
Which one is this? I want to hear it.
No, your whole Naquin rant.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's true. Is it not true?
No, it's amazing what being on the Mets could do for you.
And then one other thing I mentioned, reference Benintendi. So before he comes to the Yankees,
so trash.
He hits 320, and he's had 50 at bat or 50 plate appearances with the Yankees, so 40 official at bats, and he's hitting 175. I mean, why the negative effect? Why? And it's like. That's why I point to bringing up the prospects, energizing the team, put pressure on guys to perform.
It's because your entire organization is trash. That's the problem, dude. It's toxic work environment, not good. From the fans all the way up to Hal.
Last Yankee question, real quick.
Yeah. Keep
is
bringing
any
it back
of this Boone's fault? Honestly,
I don't know, dude. I think at this point, I'm really kind of indifferent about it. I'm not really sure. I mean, are these decisions really his? Is what I'm thinking. I feel like in the beginning of the season, they kind of gave him some free reign in terms of how to, I guess manage his team. But now, I mean, I feel like he can't bring people up. It's like
Right.
it's not on him, I suppose, that these guys aren't doing well. How is he gonna? It seems like I could see Boone being like to Cashman, hey, like we got to bring some of these young guys up to put pressure on our guys who aren't doing well. Like,
And he's like, "Hey, Aaron, that's not your call."
yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I guess you can't really blame Boone that much. I mean, his players aren't playing well. Like he can't go out there and play for him,
Yeah, but you have to wonder if I hate saying it, but if we had hired Buck,
Oh, you guys would have the best record in baseball right now.
Well, I feel like this tough stretch wouldn't have happened.
No, but you didn't.
But back to yesterday for the Mets, Tony.
Yeah, really,
give you a little more
okay,
time
so
here.
anyway, so I was talking about because Brian was like, "Oh my God, like they don't hit that well. It's just a couple guys." And I was saying, well, one day, it's the Vogelbach and it's the Naquin. The next day, it's the Alonso and the Lindor. And now we come to yesterday where it was fucking everyone, dude, which was dope. I mean, the scoring started off with Alonso getting a nice RBI single.
Nimmo was over 3.
Nimmo was 0 for 3, but
Connor was over 2.
But Nimmo was on base that first inning with a walk, which gave us a run.
What is he, Aaron Hicks?
That's sure. I mean, take it. Hey, man, if we have someone behind you who can score, that's totally fine. And then, in the bottom of the first as well, just the Mets playing great fundamental baseball. McNeil with a sac fly RBI, knowing, you don't have to hit it out of the park. You
just a fly ball.
Just a fly ball, as some may say that the Yankees could be doing, but they're not. And then after that, second inning again, 1-2 punch. Lindor, RBI single. Vogelbach, RBI single. And then third inning, Naquin, home run. I mean, an absolute barrage in the first innings of scoring, obviously. I mean, we scored 6 runs in the first 3 innings. You really can't ask for a hotter start than that. Of course, at that point, Walker later in the game, which is what we've seen from him, 4th, 5th inning, starts to struggle a little bit. Obviously something to be working on. However, what the fuck, Brian? Tread carefully, Buffer. You never know what's around the corner. Are you threatening Buffer?
No. I'm referencing the Mets.
Anyway, dude, around the corner be more wins. Because the Phillies are gonna get totally shellacked. But regardless, I mean, 4th inning, hit from Joey Votto, who we've seen, can have some bright spots like he did this season. He could be a tough at bat. But regardless, I mean, afterwards, look at that 5th, 6th inning. Guillorme reaching on an infield single. Naquin scored on a throwing error. Obviously, it's the Reds at this point. You're gonna expect an error. Vogelbach, RBI double. McNeil, RBI double. I mean, you can't even argue that, and these hits were getting better and better. Lindor, I think, got his 81st RBI, tied for the most RBIs by a shortstop on the Mets. Who did he tie with? Jose Reyes.
That's crazy. They haven't had somebody have more RBIs than that.
I know, that is crazy.
It's not like a ridiculous amount.
Right, but it's going to be Lindor. And then, of course, I mean, how can you argue? Like, I feel like the argument that Lindor is a wash is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. I mean, he's been hitting really well. The past couple of months, obviously starting to break records for the Mets. You talk about not only his performance, but just his electric attitude in the dugout. I mean, it's great, dude. And Alonso gets his 96th RBI as for this season. That's crazy. No one's really talking about that, but that's fine. Under the radar wins is fine. And then Lugo comes in. Williams, Medina. I mean, the bullpen did exactly what the Yankees couldn't do, which was close out the game. Pretty handily, which is nice. And then that leads to your nice 10-2 victory. I know it's against the Reds, but I mean, there's people like Barnes out there who can't handle the Mets winning and think they're going to blow, the last game of the series against the Reds. But they're just, hitting those naysayers down.
So we're doubling down on the bowling night here, Tony. So we talked about crucial stretches. Kind of ironic. The Mets have one of their selves coming up. So you look at it, 10 games. So you're going to have 3, starting tomorrow at home against Philly. Then you have 4 in Atlanta starting on Monday. And then you have 4 in Philadelphia. Oh, so that's actually 11 games. So 11 games here. Actually, no, 13 because we got the Yankees too. So Yeah, so 3 against Philadelphia, 4 at Atlanta, 4 at Philadelphia, 2 at the Yankees. So that's 13 games, Tony. So I think, this is going to kind of define, all right, is the division over? Do the Phillies and Braves still have a puncher's chance here? 13 games, the Mets record will be, and we're doubling down for 2 nights of bowling here. So
okay. So it's what, 7 games against the Phillies?
7 games against the Phillies.
So I say we go 5-2 against the Phillies right there.
Yep.
4 games against the Braves, you go 3-1. So was that 8-2?
Yep.
Sweep them the Yankees.
So
10-1.
No, there's 13 games.
13 games. Oh,
11-2, I think.
11-2.
Okay. So Tony, 11-2. Just take a look at this here. So I'm going to say this weekend you lose 2 out of 3, so that's 1-2. Lose 3 out of 4 to the Braves, so that would be 2-5, I believe, right? 2-5. Split with the Phillies in Philly, so that would be 4-7, and then lose 2 to the Yankees, so that would be 4-9,
which would make 13.
So you never know, might be a race after this 13-game stretch.
What did I say? I said 10-3.
You said 11-2.
11-2.
So I am going 4-9. So hey, let's see what happens, Tony. Right? May the best man win. I'm just saying. I think it's a tough stretch. I know you feel very confident.
No, yeah,
right?
and then right after all this, you and Strider can get together for some lunch and talk about it.
Tony, all I'm saying is you can at least admit it's a tough stretch.
It's a tough stretch, but
given they're going 11-2, that's a little ridiculous.
But I mean, dude, 6-game winning streak, and you're gonna tell me that they had the lucky at bats? They have not been trailing in a game in a week.
Yeah, but look at this. I mean, you really think about this. So since that Yankees series, they played the Marlins, the Nationals. I understand the Braves. That was impressive. But then you played Cincinnati. So you've had one competitive opponent the last 4 series. So let's see when you have 4 series in a row with all competitive opponents. That's all I'm saying.
I suppose. I mean, I don't think
you don't. I mean, that's a big step up in competition, Tony.
I suppose so. I mean, the Braves are probably your hardest opponent right now.
Right, but you think that you're just going to walk into Atlanta and sweep them? I mean,
I said we lost one.
But that's that expectation. I mean, listen, if they do that, I mean, there's nothing that me or any of the other talking heads out there can say. But to just assume you're just going to walk into there is crazy. Honestly, it really is.
No, I don't think so.
But and you look at it. So the series in Philadelphia, you're going to get Scherzer, Suarez, DeGrom, Nola. Which would be a really good game.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bassett Wheeler. So a lot of quality pitchers out there. I mean, I guess you could say Suarez being the worst one, but he is talented. And this Phillies team is on fire.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, I don't know. I mean, just regardless of wins and losses, do you think all 3 of these games and then, the 4 in Philadelphia, do you think they're all going to be close?
Yeah, I do think so. I mean, I have a feeling that, with the pitchers that the Mets are going to be facing, you're see a little decline in offensive production naturally. And I think the pitching matchups are really good. They're really close. So I think they're going to be close games.
All right. So we will see, Tony. This is going to be fun as we track this. We have a caller.
I don't think
it's not that.
Yeah, I don't think we're supposed to be having a caller though.
I mean, you don't even silence the ring here, Tony.
That's funny. Hello, you're live on the Sports Port. What do you want to talk about?
Oh, hello.
It's Ada.
Oh, gotcha.
Hockey.
Oh, really? Yeah, you're a big hockey fan?
I wanted to talk about hockey.
What do you got for us?
The Rangers are really good, but the Bruins are better.
See, Tony, despite the big Rangers fan that he is, has always had a soft spot for the Bruins.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
A lot of changes, new head coach this year. Kind of interested in your thoughts on the Bruins, Tony.
I think that they're going to go through a little bit of a transitional period here and maybe not be so good this season.
That's not what our caller suggested, no?
No, she thinks they're way better than the Rangers, but I think that's wrong. Real quick, before I hang up on you, who do you think is a better team, the Mets or the Yankees?
The Yankees.
Oh, interesting. Very good. What a great call, honestly.
This is a Red Sox fan you're talking to, Brian.
She said the Yankees are better. What do you want me to say?
All right. Thank you very much for your call.
Appreciate
Anna.
you tuning in, Anna.
You're welcome. Bye.
Oh, that was a good one.
Wow, that really backfired, huh?
That was a really good call, Tony. See, that's the honest perspective that we have from our fans here on the Sports Board.
Okay.
But what I was gonna say is we're gonna get into our picks. There's 8 games today. You had a rain out yesterday, so you get one more.
Shit.
So we're gonna give you 4. I'll do 3. I'm 4-4. You're 5-2. And you could start whenever you have a chance, sir.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, here we go, dude. All right. I guess I'll try and double down with the Orioles here. Just because obviously I was gonna pick them yesterday, so why not have them, be picked today? They're playing the Red Sox. The Orioles, we know how kind of turning around baseball they've been playing. And again, with Dean Kremer on the mound, I think he'll have a decent outing. And I just like we mentioned, Boston being a team, lack of talent with no heart, no drive, no anything. And Baltimore's type of team who hasn't come around. I feel like a streakiness like this in forever. And I think they're gonna have the drive. They're gonna have the heart. They're gonna want to win, Brian. And I would say that Boston loses this game. I don't know. I would say like maybe like 5-2.
All right. I think that's a good one.
Right?
I am going to go back to the well. And after a disappointing loss where they really got shellacked, Mikolas getting hammered, I think we're going to see another victory here for the Cardinals as they wrap up this series with the Rockies. Last night they really got off to a hot start. I think it was 5-0 after the first inning, and I just see no reason they don't continue this pace. And I mentioned, how that first loss there, that Goldschmidt and Arenado didn't do anything. I know Arenado homered yesterday, and it's amazing too. And I understand, he had just signed that big contract, with the Rockies before the Cardinals acquired him, but I don't think, and I know we're kind of going back a little bit, Tony, but I don't think there was as much attention, interest in acquiring him as there really should be. I mean, he's won a Gold Glove every season he's played a full year in the major leagues. And nobody talks about that.
Really?
Yeah. And look at the offensive production. I know Coors Field, but he's kind of backed it up with the Cardinals the last couple of years.
Wow, dude, that's crazy.
I mean, have you always been a big fan or?
Yeah, I've certainly followed him, but I mean, I feel like, yeah, you're kind of right in the sense where he wasn't as, I guess, sought after by other teams.
And I guess it was the contract. And
you think, yeah.
And listen, I know we always talk about this, but it's like, if George was here, I think he would have been our third baseman.
Yeah, I think so too.
The glove, the bat. I mean, why would you not want him?
Way better than Josh Donaldson.
Oh my God. Unbelievable. I mean, maybe because Urshela came off that surprise year, but I don't know. So the pitching matchup here, Dakota Hudson versus German Marquez. Neither pitcher I believe in much. However, Goldschmidt, Arenado, Paul DeJong showing signs of life after really struggling to start out this year. Cardinals overall, other than that loss to the Rockies in the opener, have played really good baseball here. So I think the offense won't struggle. I'm going to say 2 home runs for Goldschmidt, 1 for Arenado. DeJong joins the party as well. 12-5 Cardinals over the Rockies here.
Wow. All right, my next pick, we're talking about Philadelphia. I'm going to go with Philly tonight against Miami. We have Kyle Gibson on the mound against Edward Cabrera for Miami. And Cabrera is a young dude, 24. He's 2-1 in the season. He just has a few starts. They kind of brought him up, mid-season here. But he's done pretty decent. His ERA is a 2.61. But I mean, when you look at, I think the teams he's pitched against were like the Cubs, where he did really well. The Cubs, Washington, Colorado. 6 innings, no earned runs. But then it was, a start against Houston a few weeks ago where he didn't last 4 innings, he had 5 earned runs. So I think, you put him against these not so good hitters, he'll shine a little bit. And then you put him against a team in Houston, he obviously couldn't really handle it. So I think he's gonna have some struggling against Philly here. And then Kyle Gibson, who's pitched recently against Miami, I think he went 6 innings, 1 earned run. So seemingly does well against Miami. I think Philly will have the advantage there. And we talk about, Schwarber, the 34 home runs. I feel like, I guess he's kind of slowed down a little bit at his pace. Is kind of streaky, but it's still really good. And I suppose he is only batting 212 right now, but with 34 home runs, I would still imagine he finds some contact tonight. I would say Phillies take this one. Let's say 3-1.
Yeah, no, love the pick. They're on fire, and it's gonna be interesting to see, how this season finishes up if they go with Robbie Thompson long term at manager. He's done quite the job, filling in for Girardi here.
And as my mom checks in, those Mets are gazing down at your Yankees, Bards.
Yeah, hey, listen, like I told before, you never know what's around the corner. So I'm gonna go with Houston here, coming off a disappointing loss to the Rangers. I think they rebound. I was surprised that they lost that game with Verlander on the hill, but Valdez has pitched well. So I think this one won't be close. They're fired up. They want to, beat their in-state rivals here. 10-2 Astros over the Rangers.
That's a good pick. That Cole Reagan's kid.
Cole Reagan's
pitching for Texas.
Yep.
For the Rangers.
Yep.
He's get shellacked, dude. Young dude. We've seen it. We've seen it every time this season. They bring the young dude up. Right. It's absolutely shellacked. It's so funny.
It is that funny.
Well, it's not really funny. You feel a little bad for him.
And the legend that is Renee Viviano walks through the door, iced coffees in the hand, juggling the Yeti and some lunch coolers. That's impressive right there.
Lunch coolers, huh, dude?
What would you call them? Lunch boxes, Tony? They're not really a box.
Thank you very much, Renee.
And is that a donut in iced coffee, Tony?
It certainly is, Brian. I need a little napkin, for the condensation.
Gotta watch the condensation.
Gotta watch, especially around the equipment, dude. Can't be too careful.
Renee, you just missed Anna calling in.
Anna.
I'm so bad at that,
dude. It doesn't matter. Anna. Yeah.
But either way, are you disappointed you just missed it? Yeah. What did she say? She said the Yankees are better than the Mets. That's what she said. Honestly, in all seriousness, I know it sounds crazy. Tony, did she not say it?
She said that. Yeah. You can roll back the tape. Brian is very happy about that.
What were you going for your third pick, Tony?
I guess I'll go with. Oh my god, dude, these games are just absolute trash today. I guess give me the White Sox. Dylan Cease. We've seen how talented he could be. I hate to go against Zach Greinke, but the fact of the matter is, he's definitely losing it. I feel like in his age now, which is 38. I feel like not many people talk about that. I guess because he's not good anymore, but he's 38 years old, still pitching. Regardless, I would say Cease can handily pitch against Kansas City. I would think 7 innings, maybe 1 earned run, a walk off of 3 hits. I'd like to see. Strikeout rate's pretty good too. Let's give him like 9 Ks. So I would say Chicago over here wins it. Let's say 3-1. Nothing crazy.
Yeah. No, Cease has been unbelievable.
Unbelievable, dude.
So, and I don't know if he's the American League ERA leader. 198. I would imagine so. I know he's had a streak of like 1 earned or less in like double-digit starts, which is crazy. But for my last one here, I'm going to go against the grain just because looking at his record, Zach Plesac, I think he's better than 2-10 with a 4.49. Going up against the Tigers in Detroit, Hill on the mound for them, 2-3, 5.12. Zach Plesac picking up his 3rd victory of the season. Guardians trying to stay in this AL Central race here. Jose Ramirez with 2 home runs as the Guardians defeat the Tigers 4-1. Karin checking for the save, kind of doing a little dance. I don't know if you saw that.
No.
Yeah, he's like getting fired up.
Wow.
So you got, I guess this is your last one, and then I'm all done.
Yeah. So I can do Pirates, Diamondbacks, Cubs, Reds, or that's it actually. Just those 2. I guess, dude. Do I want to go? Drew Smiley, I feel like it sucks. But so does Nick Lodolo for the Reds here. I guess give me the Diamondbacks, I suppose. Just because Merrill Kelly seems to be doing pretty well. I feel like we talked about him a little bit too a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Him being good kind of out of nowhere.
I've always liked him.
And he's 33. So yeah, give me the Diamondbacks here. I mean, look at this. The last few of his starts. Obviously, he puts in the work. Just doesn't get much offense behind him. But you look at his last, what is this, 5 starts. He hasn't gone less than 6 innings, and he hasn't given up he only given 5 runs in his last 5 starts, which is really good. He's got 7 innings, 8 innings, 6 innings, 7 innings. It's really actually impressive. His length here, strikeout rate pretty decent. Just touch below 10 rather. I would say Diamondbacks win this one. In Diamondbacks fashion, 2-1.
Interesting.
I mean, how's it gonna be high scoring? I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, hard to blame you there, Tony.
Yeah,
hard to blame you there. Yeah. So I mean, that's what we got for baseball here. Obviously, we're excited about the upcoming series with our top rivals tomorrow: Mets, Phillies, Yankees, Red Sox. So we'll be sure to chat about that tomorrow, and hopefully, it's a start of a good stretch. I'm expecting 2 free nights of bowling after these stretches for the Yankees and the Mets are over with.
That's ridiculous.
But what I will say is I'm also expecting, putting a little expectation on you, Tony. Should we go bowling? I'm expecting you to seal the deal, and we're going to start calling you Mr. 300.
That would be amazing. I would love that, actually.
How would you commemorate the moment if you do 300? Do you take? Oh, well, you have your own ball. What? Anything? How do you commemorate that?
I mean, normally bowling alleys put your name on a plaque.
Okay.
If you bowl to 300 there. I mean, I guess I would just take a photo. It's I've always imagined that I would do it in league play, and you get a ring for it, which would be pretty dope. But I'm not in a league right now, so that can't really happen.
If you had to give me an over under, or I guess just estimated time period, when is it happening?
Dude, I would honestly really love to just go once a week.
Mm-hmm.
And if that happens, it's tough to say because some nights it could be on and off. But I mean, I feel like if I were to go once a week, I mean, it would happen probably before Christmas, maybe before Thanksgiving. Honestly,
that would be
October,
impressive.
November, within the 3 months.
You know what we might see at the bowling alley?
What?
Prefer.
Oh yeah, I know. I just saw him comment. He wants to come bowling. And if I bowl 300 equals beers and pizza for everyone. Prefer, you're more than invited. And I think that'd be honestly a great introduction.
And I'd say too, let's do an episode of the Sports Port while we're at the alley as well with Prefer live on set.
Prefer, yeah,
absolutely.
We can talk Mets and Yankees.
Yeah, why not? Right?
Yeah, dude.
I'd love to debate him on that.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, should be a fun weekend of baseball. We'll get through with the games we have tonight, and really, actually, most of them are day games. They've kind of had that theme here on the Thursdays of the regular season of Major League Baseball. The only other thing I really wanted to touch on here is FedEx St. Jude Championship started today. TPC Southwind in Memphis, Tennessee. And right now, a guy who's actually rumored after the FedEx Cup playoffs to go with his fellow countryman. You got Mark Leishman, rumored to go over to live after this, but he's leading right now. 5 over through 10. Started on the back here. 1 shot clear of Trey Mullinex and Taylor Pendrith. And Rory hasn't teed off just yet. Ricky Fowler, 1 under through 6, tied for 20th. So we'll see if Mr. Fowler can finally make a cut here. But definitely going to keep a close eye out for this one. And I'm just excited to see what Rory's going to do. This is his first tournament since the heartbreak at the Open Championship at St. Andrews.
Yeah, dude. As first says lasagna and garlic bread.
He should get more.
And my mom says he should get more for 300.
Yeah, and I'm sure your mother would prepare that stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
Does she go homemade garlic bread?
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
My dad makes the garlic bread. My dad would do that.
Yeah, garlic bread is one of those things
dude,
so easy to get into trouble.
Oh my god, dude!
Dipping it in the sauce.
Oh fuck, dude!
God. Oh my god,
it is so good. I love it.
The bowling alley has lasagna. LOL.
My mom's.
If they do, I don't want any part of it. I'll tell you that much.
No way, dude.
Oh man, but that's gonna be fun, and I'm looking forward to watching some of this golf tournament. Over the course of the next 4 days, I think it's gonna be fun. Always a great time there at TPC Southwind.
Oh yeah, dude, love to see it.
And like we've mentioned, golf outing around the corner. Definitely got to go within the next couple weeks.
I would say honestly, Mike and I were talking about going to that. I know you hate it, but the par 3 course at Southport.
I mean, at that point, can we just split it down the middle and go to Fairchild?
I guess we could. Fairchild's not that bad.
Yeah, right.
It's like $30 to golf there.
If you're walking, maybe.
Yeah.
But either way, no, I just feel like proximity wise,
yeah.
And obviously just kind of an open course. But either way, I could suck it up for the par 3 if I had to. But too, you want to hit your driver, Tony. I'm not the crazy one here.
No, you're not the crazy one, but I feel like that course we can kind of do whatever we want. You think, right?
The par 3,
yeah.
Except hit a driver.
Well, no, but I mean, like just filming and shit. Like, I don't feel like there's not like any hardos. The guys are being like, "Oh, you guys gotta like hurry up here."
Fairchild, though, we're fine there.
Yeah, Fairchild, we're fine. But I feel like there still could be a day where we just have like, the wrong people behind us.
Pick your spots. I feel like midweek, maybe tee off around 12, 1 o'clock. Smooth sailing.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
I don't know.
I mean, they got 2 courses over there.
Yeah.
The black and the red. We played the red last time, so maybe we'll give the black a try. So either way, wherever we go, I'm down. Can't wait.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I want to go bowling tonight. Renee, you want to go bowling tonight? Yeah, it's a fucking no.
Yeah, I was gonna say that maybe sounded like no.
Yeah, it's like I'd rather shoot myself in the face.
No, but I think you enjoy the camaraderie. I always mess it up.
Oh, camaraderie.
Camaraderie, Renee. Tell me that you don't.
You don't enjoy bowling at all?
No, but I think. But like I said, I think you enjoy the time out with everyone, though. Yeah. So that's what it's all about. Tony, the 300, that's just a sideshow.
Oh God.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, basically.
Yeah, basically.
So Tony, other than everybody checking out yesterday's episode of Screen Time, Will Ferrell.
Did you watch it, Brian? Did you watch
it? I tuned in.
No. But you commented. But like, did you watch it,
Tony? I tuned in as much as I possibly could. Let me just put it that way. Anthony will beat you all, and Prefer is saying, imagine an argument on the golf course. Gentleman Jack. Honestly, have you been playing that for Screen Time? Because I think we haven't played that much. And all of a sudden, Prefer's hot on the Gentleman Jack.
I did yesterday, yeah.
I know yesterday, but it's just like, he mentioned it, I think, yesterday on Sports Board, too.
Yeah, I did. Maybe he just remembers it from when we did play it. Yeah.
But
that's a good one.
That is a good one. Gentleman Jack don't like Will Ferrell. Your mother agrees with it?
Yeah, my mother is not like Will Ferrell. She commented yesterday.
There we go, Mary.
Oh,
that's a good thought right there. There we go. But once again, what a day, what a show, what a life. Really appreciate everybody tuning in and continuing to comment, like, and subscribe, as well as check out those archives on the YouTube page and our summer collection, as well as the summer collection at downtimetv.com. Everybody enjoy this wonderful day, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do.